Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Sman 1 Jonggat, and we are from the affirmative team. I am Adelia Melissa as the first speaker, Masari Inang Tanawran as the second speaker, and Icha Adisti Maulida as the third speaker. First of all, I would like to give our motion today. Our motion today is studying overseas is much better than studying in our home country. And from that motion, we will give our theme line that we as an affirmative team are absolutely support the motion. And our parameter today that is studying overseas in a university at United States of America. We'll continue to our team split. I'm Adelia Melissa as the first speaker, will give the definition and the background. Masari Inong Tanawran as the second speaker will give the arguments, and Anissa Adisti Maulida as the third speaker will give the conclusion and strengthening our team's arguments. Well, heading to the definition of our motion today that studying overseas is much better than studying in our home country. What is studying overseas? Studying overseas or studying abroad is simply you are going to another country to pursuing your interest in academically. Studying overseas is not just about seeing and enjoying new places, checking places. It's about expanding those boundaries that you put in yourself and challenging everything that you are used to. And when you're studying overseas, you're definitely going to learn something that in a new way that you wouldn't expect to get it before. And what is the background of this motion? Since Indonesia's report on OECD, for International Student Assessment or visa 2015, Indonesia is one of the lowest countries in result, with an average rank of 62 out of 69 countries that are participating on visa. That are participating in PISA and Indonesia have an average 62 out of 69 countries that are participating in PISA. So from the data that I've said, I think studying overseas would be much better than studying in our home country. Well, and I personally think if we are, Indonesia's education is not really high, like Budi Triko Rayanto said. He is an educational observer. He is an educational observer. He said 3 main problems of Indonesia education is, the first one is the teacher quality. The teacher right now is not equipped with the skills that help the students to develop the ability that they have. And the second one is the binding of educational system in Indonesia are really bad. And the last one is the need of improvement, either that is in facility, curriculum, and a lot more, especially in a part where the school is far away from the government. In its part of Indonesia, it's really have a bad quality of the schools, education, and etc. I think when we are studying overseas, we get more independent. Why? Because we are going to new places, new country, just by ourselves, and the one that we are depending to is just ourselves. So it's help us more gaining independence in ourselves. And what is the good in country if they going to studying overseas is that they have the opportunity for a more bright future. Because why? If you're studying, like for example, to United States, that the education quality is more good, more high, have a lot of skills that you wouldn't have it if you study in Indonesia, in our home country. So you have a more bright future, and then you have the opportunity to make Indonesia educational quality that system or curriculum get more even better than ever. So from all the data that studying overseas is really much better than depending in our home country situation in education. So Armadelia and Melissa really absolutely agree with the motion that studying overseas is much better than studying in our home country. Armadelia and Melissa, back to the house.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Thank you for the time that has given to me. We are from SMA N1 Jonggat. I'm Masarino Tanauran as the second speaker from the affirmative team. Here our motion today is this house believes that studying overseas much better than studying in our home country. And we as the affirmative team absolutely agree with this motion. Here are some of my points and arguments. Why do I agree with this motion? The first thing is we can get better education. As we all know from the power mantra that has given by our first speaker that we just focus in college in America or United States of America. In America, they also have so many proven colleges like Massachusetts Institute of Technology, University of Stanford, and University of Harvard, etc. And they also had better quality than Indonesia, our home country itself. Why do I say so? Because they have better facilities, especially for education, such as they have a good laboratory, they have a good library, and also they have other facilities that can increase our motivation to learn in overseas or abroad. And their lecturers are more experienced than in Indonesia. They can get better comprehension if they can get better lecturers, of course. And the method in there, they also always use practical method than theoretical itself. Compared to Indonesia, Indonesia are more having a more confusing educational system. Why do I say so? Because the theoretical part is much bigger than the practical itself. For example, we have Nadira Afifah from the Harvard University that come from Indonesia. She goes to Tanzania to practice her educational in Tanzania to help the children to get better foods and get better body. And of course, in Harvard, Stanford, or Massachusetts Institute of Technology, there are lots of talented person there. There are lots of talented people that can motivate ourselves to be better, high quality to follow them too. And the second point is we can increase our language skills. Of course, if we study abroad, we are far away from our native country, Indonesia. Of course, we all know that every country in the world had their own languages. For example, in America, they have English. Of course, in Indonesia, we have also English lesson too. But it's very difficult, but it's very different for us if we just study English in Indonesia, because we all know that Indonesia people can't use English very well. But if we study abroad in America, we can also practice our English so we can get better English and better language skills. And the third point is we can be more independent. We also know that study abroad means that you have to live alone in that country without parents, without any relations, or without any best friends. You have to learn to manage your money. You have to learn to manage your home, and with study abroad, you can search for a part-time job so you can get better quality to yourself. And also, if you don't have any money, we can use many scholarships such as LPDP, etc., that can help you to pursue your dream in abroad. And of course, we can get many friends across the world. We all know that Massachusetts, Stanford, Harvard University are the best top colleges in the world. And of course, there are so many people in the world that want to pursue their education in those colleges. And of course, it's not just from American or Indonesian. There are so many people such as European, other Asians such as Japanese, Chinese, etc., who wanted to pursue their education in those colleges in America. And of course, they also have their own cultures. So I think, or in my opinion, study abroad can increase our education and also can increase our knowledge perspective, especially for the cultures. And of course, we can get better job. For example, if you study abroad, like I've said before, their educational system are much better if we study in that country, study in America, or not in Indonesia. Of course, when we find a job, they will think that, oh, we come from Stanford or we come from Harvard, that is the most prestigious colleges in the world. Maybe they have to consider that we is fulfilling their quality to get the job. And that is my argument from our point of view, that we as the affirmative team absolutely agree with this motion that said that this house believes that studying overseas much better than studying in our home country. I'm Masari Natanauran, back to the house.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am from Sman 1 Jonggat. Thank you for the time that given to me. I am Anissa Adistiwi Maulida as the third speaker from affirmative team. So here I want to deliver the conclusion of our opinion. In conclusion, they who study overseas is much better than studying in our home country. We can get better education, can increase our language skill, can learn new culture, and can get many friends across the world. For example, one student from Harvard University named Nadira Afifah, who helping the Jakarta's government to decrease COVID-19 pandemic. She is also taking part in Tanzania to help the children to fulfill their healthy foods. Another example is our Ministry of Education named Nadine Makarim from Harvard University. The CEO of Ruang Guru, Belvia Devara, in this case Ruang Guru is most successful learning application, which help the student to get better score in their school. Our Ministry of Trade, Gita Wirjawan, and there are many other Harvard alumni that from Indonesia getting success. I'm absolutely agree to this motion, and yeah. Back to the house, and thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.